Hello there. Today we are reviewing Star Wars Shadow of the Sith. The book itself is about Luke and Lando trying to save this family that's fleeing from the Sith. It is revealed in this book that Lando had a daughter named Kadara Calrissian. Kadara Calrissian was abducted. You don't actually find out what happens to her in this book, but that's kind of what motivates Lando to try to save this family, because the Sith are trying to kidnap Rey. This book can be a bit sad, though, specifically because you already know what happens to the family at the end. You know how this is going to play out if you've seen episode 9 at least. The standout character to me was Lando. I already liked Lando as a character, but this book elevated him a lot for me. It dives into kind of just his motivations, what he's been through, and his scenes tend to be pretty emotional. Another character I had a lot of fun with was Comat, who is a, I believe, new character, unless she appeared somewhere else, but I guess new to me. She was pretty interesting, a lot of fun, cool dynamic with Lando too. Now, talking about the villains, there's Ochia Bestoon from The Rise of Skywalker. You get to see more of who he was. Horrible person, by the way. Then the other villain, named Kaiza. That's, I don't know if you can really consider this spoilery, but Kaiza is kind of possessed by a Sith Lord named Exum Panchard. That plot point's really cool. I love that. Really cool villain. Taken from the Aftermath novels, apparently. I haven't gotten to those, but that does make me excited to read those. I don't think she's that prominent, but we'll see about that. Another thing I liked about this book was the action. The kind of blaster shootouts that they get throughout the book, as well as lightsaber duels. There's 2 of them, and they're great. Luke is awesome in these, and then one of them is between Luke and Kaiza, and it's a lot of fun. But then the end lightsaber duel, I won't really say that much about. It's between, I guess, more than just Luke and Kaiza. You got Comat in there too. I don't know if I want to say that much about it, so I'd say just read it. But that's probably my favorite scene in the entire book. That was great, and I love it. I would say overall, this book is great. It's, I'd say, probably the most important ones to read out of the canon novels. Like, if I were to recommend you a book, I'd say read this one. If you haven't already, I'd say it's very oddly important. It feels different from the other canon novels, specifically because it covers some really important details about characters, legacy characters that we had not known, specifically Lando. But the scale of this book just feels like something that they wouldn't usually do in the books. And it feels like stuff like, I guess we probably should have known earlier. But we learn it. And so I'd say read this book if you want to just pick a canon novel and you haven't started them. Start with that one. It's great. But the one negative, I only have one. It's not even big. It's just, we know how the book ends, so that made it a bit of a slog sometimes, but it makes up for it with the context it gives. There's a lot of information here that helps a lot, adds a lot. So yeah, that was my review of Star Wars Shadow of the Sith, and I'd say I'd recommend it. I'd actually more than recommend it. Enjoyability is great, but the importance of the book, I think, is even higher than that. So I'd say pick it up if you see it. It's an older book, so but it's probably still easy to find. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.